Today, we are going to delve into the various sources of data in statistics. Understanding where data comes from is crucial for any research or analysis, as it helps us determine the reliability and applicability of our findings. Data can be gathered from a multitude of sources, each with its own unique methods and purposes. These are the different sources of data. So we have primary data, secondary data, experimental data, observational data, surveys and questionnaires data, administrative data, census data, published source data, and big data. When we say primary data collected directly by the researcher from first-hand sources, specifically for the purpose of their study. This data is original and unique to the research at hand, allowing the researcher to address specific questions or hypotheses. Examples of these are surveys conducted by a researcher to understand customer satisfaction, experiments carried out in the lab to test a new drug's effectiveness, and interviews conducted by a sociologist to study community behavior. The second source is called the secondary data, which are data that has been previously collected by other researchers, organizations, or institutions for different purposes. So itong data na to, kinuha na ng iba and then gagamitin mo siya. Hindi ito galing sa'yo. Unlike the primary data wherein ikaw mismo as the researcher ang nag-collect ng data. Secondary data is typically readily available and can be reused for new research projects. Using secondary data saves time and resources, although the data may not be perfectly tailored to the new research question. Siyempre, hindi mo na mapipili yung data na kukunin mo. Unlike kapag primary, ikaw yung may control. Here kasi, nagawa na siya ng iba. So kung ano yung readily available, yun na lang yung pwede mong gamitin. So some examples are census data obtained from government databases, academic research papers analyzing health statistics, market research reports from industry analysts. The next data source is experimental data. This is gathered through controlled experiments where the researcher manipulates one or more independent variables to observe the effect on dependent variables. This type of data collection allows researchers to establish cause and effect relationships by maintaining strict control over extraneous variables. Examples of these include laboratory experiments testing the effect of temperature on plant growth, clinical trials evaluating the efficacy of a new vaccine, psychological studies assessing the impact of sleep deprivation on cognitive functions. Observational data is collected by observing and recording behaviors, events, or conditions as they occur in their natural setting, without manipulation by the researcher. This method is used to gather information on how subjects behave in real-world situations. Observational studies can be structured where specific behaviors are systematically recorded or unstructured where broader observations are made. Examples of these are wildlife observations recording animal behavior in their natural habitat, traffic studies monitoring the flow of vehicles at an intersection, and classroom observations noting student interactions and participation. Surveys and questionnaires are tools used to collect data from a large number of respondents. They consist of a series of questions designed to gather information on specific topics. Surveys can be administered through various mediums such as online forms, paper-based questionnaires, telephone interviews, or face-to-face interactions. They are widely used in social sciences, market research, and public health studies. Examples of these are online surveys gathering opinions in a new product, questionnaires distributed to employees about workplace satisfaction, and polls conducted to gauge public opinion on a political issue. So eto na yung magsasurvey ka, magtatanong sila, no? Pwedeng oral, face-to-face siya, or pwede din na meron kang ibibigay na questionnaire na lang. Administrative data is collected and maintained by organizations or institutions as part of their regular operations. Examples ng mga ito yung mga hospital records, school enrollment data, tax records, and employment records. This type of data is often used for policy analysis and program evaluation because it is comprehensive and continuously updated. Examples are hospital records documenting patients' visits and treatments, school records tracking student attendance and academic performance, and financial records maintained by businesses for accounting purposes. Census naman, ito yung ginagawa sa lahat. Okay? Involve lahat ng tao. So the entire population is considered in a census. So when we say census data, it is a comprehensive data collected from an entire population or a large sample, typically conducted by government agencies, katulad ng census of population natin na ginagawa ngayon. It provides detailed demographic, social, and economic information about the population at regular intervals. Just like yung census natin, every 4 years siyang ginagawa. Census data is valuable for planning, policy making, and research, offering insights into population trends and characteristics. Some examples are population counts and demographic information from a national census, employment statistics collected through labor force surveys, or housing data gathered from property assessments and censuses. Data from published sources includes information available in books, academic journals, reports, and other printed or digital publications. Researchers often use this type of data to review existing literature, support new research, or compare findings. Published data is generally reliable, having undergone peer review or editorial processes, but it may not always be directly applicable to the new research context. So ito yung mga tapos nang nagawa at na-report na sa mga books, journals, or kung saan pa man. Examples are statistical tables published in academic textbooks, research findings reported in scientific journals, and economic data presented in government reports. The last data source is called the big data. This refers to extremely large and complex data sets generated from various sources such as social media, sensors, transactions, and online activities. The volume, velocity, and variety of big data require advanced analytical tools and techniques to process and analyze. Big data provides valuable insights for businesses, healthcare, urban planning, and many other fields, enabling data-driven decision-making and predictive analysis. Some examples are social media posts and interactions analyzed for sentiment analysis. Kaya nga 'di ba, kung ano yung mga lagi mong tinitignan sa Facebook, yun din yung mga ads na laging lumalabas. Sensor data from smart devices used for predictive maintenance. And transaction records from e-commerce platforms studied for consumer behavior insights.